Yusuf NSIBAMBI came out to bring out some serious allegations, saying that the NUP leadership is benefiting from the political prisoners. I realized that very many government propagandists and those who want to gain favors from the regime portray as if NUP benefits a lot when the leaders, activists are in jail. And for me, sometimes when statements are being said by a person like Yusuf NSIBAMBI, a lawyer, an elder in this country, my heart shudders. Yusuf NSIBAMBI said these statements.
What would be the motive for the leadership in NUP
to object?
It's
clear. I have evidence and I can say it here. I've said it over and over. One of the legal firms involved, the leadership there in the legal firm, the partners, one is an official, top official in the top 5 in NUP, and another is an elected member of parliament on an NUP ticket. They are receiving $1,000 per month from Open Society. It's an international organization sponsoring activism. So each and every prisoner, you're supposed to get $1,000
for representation?
For representation and upkeep of the prisoners. Incidentally, for upkeep, the prisoners have never been given a shilling. I can state that on record. My dad's mother told me they have never received even a coin from NUP every month, as supposed to be the case.
Do you have evidence that they're receiving $1,000?
Yes, I do. I'm talking as a senior lawyer. They cannot deny. This can even be verified.
That's a huge allegation.
Yes, no, it's not a huge allegation. Actually, beyond that, they're also inflating the numbers in prison. Because they are talking of over 2,000.
All right, so make me understand here. So it is within, are you saying it is within the NUP interest to keep these people in prison?
Not so NUP, but some elements in NUP. It's a business enterprise.
So the money can keep flowing?
Yes, it's a business enterprise. It's a big business enterprise, $1,000 per month. And this money is supposed to come from international organizations, including, but not limited to, Open Society.
So when they are released from jail, then that means that the money stops flowing?
Definitely, it will stop. Or if now government takes over the exercise of releasing them and pardoning them, it does not give them the justification of roaming around and looking for money. You must have people who are in prison. And I say this is really singing and dancing on their graves.
So you hit a dead end because there was money involved on the other side?
Yes, and I have no personal interest in this. It's up to the prisoners. There's a prisoner, I don't want to mention his name because they are being harassed by fellow prisoners in prison, who up to now wants to be me to get involved and get out of prison.
Afro. That was when he was being interviewed on NTV by Kanari Mugumi. First of all, I've realized that whenever government abducts people, takes them to prison, it deploys other propagandists to say that the reason as why they're in jail is because of BOBI WINE. And that the reason as to why they are staying in jail is because of, again, BOBI WINE. When I see such statements, I feel like crying. Let me assume, okay, if the regime doesn't want the NUP to get money from outsiders, why don't they release the prisoners? I remember in 2021, I was arrested in Kabalagala, and when I was being arrested, a certain OC told me that the reason why you are being arrested is because of BOBI WINE. They come to arrest you and give you a reason because that the reason for arrest is because of BOBI WINE. They want you to hate BOBI WINE. And I told him back that no, BOBI WINE is not the one arresting me, it's you guys. So Yusuf NSIBAMBI coming out to make such allegations that the NUP is benefiting a lot when its activists are in jail, getting a tune of $1,000, that is $3 million per convict. It is shuddering. We all know that Yusuf NSIBAMBI started speaking like this because he joined General Kaguta Museveni. I think he wants a position in the regime and he does all these things. Okay? The people come to arrest you, then they tell you that the reason why you're in jail is because of the reason why very many people are in jail is because of the regime. So they are trying to put, I remember even when we were heading into the 2026 generation, they would call relatives of those in prison and they tell them that BOBI WINE is benefiting on their children being in jail. Okay, if BOBI WINE is benefiting, why then not go ahead and release them? So every time a person like Yusuf NSIBAMBI comes out to speak to us, when looks at us with beards, thinks we are gods. And it's so unfortunate. Okay? Ugandans should know that a person jailing these people is none other than the regime. They are just looking for ways to justify so that the pressure can be mounted on BOBI WINE. Okay, let me assume they are looking for BOBI WINE also to arrest him. Okay, is NUP going to also benefit from BOBI WINE's arrest? And that the same thing happened. I remember when the Deputy Speaker Thomas Tarawe, when we were in a heated campaign of 2026 generation, he went to Chigezi sub-region and told the voters that the reason why Kizza Besigye is in jail is because his lawyers are not cooperating with government. So they arrested Kizza Besigye from Kenya. They went on to tell the electors in Chigezi sub-region that the reason why he is in jail is because he doesn't cooperate with the regime.
I have been sent by His Excellency the President to coordinate with our ministers and our flag bearers and leaders from this region to explain to the people of Rukunjiri, Kanungu, Kigeza, and the country at large the issue of the continued detention of Dr. Besigye. Dr. Besigye is in state custody. He was remanded to Ruzira prison on the 21st of February 2025 by the Nakawa Chief Magistrate Court. Since then, the state has, through the DPP, has made it very clear that they are ready to proceed with the court. Because on the 29th of May 2025, the retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye was committed to the High Court for trial. And in February, we had expected that indeed trial would begin. The government has been ready since then, and we thought this would be an opportunity for the evidence of the state to be brought out in broad daylight, in public light, and examined and even challenged by the defendant's side. But what has happened has been frustrating for the court to proceed with the trial. Over 10 different applications, including miscellaneous applications and others, and also referral to the Constitutional Court have been made. And all these have frustrated the process of expeditious trial, which we thought would benefit the defendant, since it would be in his interest to challenge the evidence that is presented by the state, but also the state to prove its case, because the burden of proving the case is on them who are prosecuting the case.
Thomas Taiwa said those statements. Okay, so we clearly see that they are playing a double standard. If they didn't want the NUP leadership to benefit, why do they arrest people? They should arrest them. And a person like Yusuf NSIBAMBI, approaching 70 years, is an elder, has been a member of parliament, has been a lecturer of law. He understands very well. To an extent, that is that day, I think the regime realized that, because what pains me, if these people are taken to court, they are remanded for 5-6 years. The people arrested before the 2020 election are still in jail. Evidence is not brought in court, and the criminal justice system is used against them so that they can stay in jail. And I think the regime realized that since they don't have evidence, okay, to pin these people, they started going there at night so that they can force them to accept the crimes for them to be released. And in fact, many of them who accepted the crimes, later they were released. So you clearly see that these people are playing on our brains. They think we are stupid. You arrest me, you tell me that the reason I'm being arrested is Bobi Wine. The reason I'm in prison because Bobi Wine is benefiting. If they don't want people to benefit, let them leave them. Okay? So I feel bad that Yusuf NSIBAMBI, an elder, a Muganda, is coming out to echo these stupid statements, thinking that we are stupid. Of course, as my pyramid is truly Mr. Makinde Kabe Sulaiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.